Greetings, everyone. It's a truly privilege to stand before such an esteemed group today because we are here to talk about something that's at the very heart of our future, and that is sustainability. And we are not just talking about a trend or an idea. This is about creating real, tangible change that will impact the world for generations to come. At Enbridge, we are committed to leading this change, not from the sidelines, but right at the forefront. As a company that operates across North America, we understand the power we hold, not just in delivering energy to millions of people, but also in shaping the future of how that energy is produced, consumed, and thought about. Today, I'm going to walk you through how Enbridge is pioneering sustainability in energy sector through innovation, accountability, and bold action. Sustainability is not just a buzzword for us, it's the guiding principle behind everything we do. From how we build pipelines to how we invest in future energy solutions, sustainability is woven into every fiber of the company. Let me paint you a picture. In a world that is both rapidly changing and facing unprecedented environmental challenges, Enbridge is determined to make a difference. Our strategy revolves around these three powerful pillars: decarbonization, diversification, and collaboration. We are not waiting around for the future to become more cleaner. We are actively working to reduce our carbon footprint and are committed to reaching a net zero emissions by 2050 with an aggressive goal 35% of emissions by 2030 compared to 2018. While we have historically been focused on traditional energy, we are diversifying into renewables, from wind farms in Europe to solar projects in North America. Our energy mix is evolving, and it's cleaner, greener, and more innovative than before. No company can do this alone, and we are actively collaborating with governments, communities, and stakeholders to ensure our efforts align with global climate goals and contribute to local economic growth. It's a vision, big vision, but one we are committed to realizing because we know that the real change requires more than just good intentions. It takes bold action, and we are prepared to do that. Let's talk about the results now. You don't achieve sustainability by just having good intentions. You need to see real world impact, and at Inbridge, the impact is clear. For example, we have reduced methane emissions by 40% since 2018. That is not just a percentage, it's a tangible reduction in the emissions that contribute to climate change. Think about it. Methane is 25 times more potent than carbon dioxide. And by cutting it down, we are not just meeting the targets, we are also protecting the air we breathe and preserving the planet for future generations. We have also made over $8 billion in renewable energy investment. More than 3,000 megawatts of wind and solar energy are now a part of our portfolio. That's the equivalent of powering 3 million homes with clean energy. Imagine that 3 million families living in homes powered by renewable sources, reducing their carbon footprints and living in healthier environments. These achievements speak for themselves, but more importantly, they show the direction we are heading towards a future where sustainability is not just an afterthought, but also the foundation of everything we do. Sustainability requires resources, and in our case, those resources come from strategic planning and transparent reporting. Without further funding and accountability, sustainability goals remain just words on a page. At Inbridge, we have raised over $3.6 billion through green bonds, capital that is dedicated exclusively to projects that help us reduce emissions, increase energy efficiency, and develop new renewable energy infrastructure. It's not just about raising funds, it's about being intentional with how we invest in our future. We also believe in full transparency. That's why we align our sustainability reports with the global standards like GRI and TCFD. We want our stakeholders, whether investors, communities, or regulators, to see exactly where we are and where we are going. This is not just about checking a box, it's about showing the world that we are serious, accountable, and driven by a goal of a sustainable future. The impact we are making is more than just numbers. Though the numbers are important, in the past few years we have reduced 20 million metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is the same as taking 4 million cars off the road for an entire year. That's the kind of scale we are talking about. This is the kind of transformational change we are driving. But it's not just about the environment, it's about people as well. Our sustainability efforts have created over 10,000 new jobs in renewable energy projects and energy efficiency programs. We are not just contributing to a cleaner world, we are building a stronger economy and supporting the communities that need it the most. And, uh, and in addition to that, our efforts in biodiversity have seen us restore 1,200 hectares of habitat. That's not just land, it's wildlife, ecosystems, and the natural balance that our planet relies on. By making these investments, we are safeguarding the future one step at a time. Now, let's be very real and talk about the practicality. So, sustainability is not a smooth ride, these are challenges, and we embrace them because it's only through confronting these hurdles head on that we can make a meaningful change. First, there's the speed of transition. We know that renewables like wind and solar are intermittent and the energy storage technologies are still catching up. But we are investing heavily in cutting edge solutions from battery storage to smart grids to ensure that we can integrate more renewable energy into the grid without compromising reliability. Then there is regulatory landscape. Every country, state, and province has its own set of rules, and navigating that complexity can be slow. But we are not backing down. We are collaborating with policymakers to advocate for clear, efficient regulations that drive both clean energy adoption and economic growth. Lastly, there is the challenge of scaling emerging technologies like hydrogen and carbon capture. These are game changing technologies, but they need time, money, and support to reach the scale we need. And we are willing to invest in that future because the payoff is huge. So, now where do we go from here? The future is bright, but we know it's up to us to make it happen. That's why we have laid out an aggressive plan to continue leading the energy transition. We are going to expand our renewable energy portfolio by 50% by 2030, adding more wind, solar, and hydroelectric power to the grid. We are diving deeper into green hydrogen and carbon capture projects. These technologies will be the game changers that allow us to decarbonize sectors that are tough to tackle, like heavy industry and transportation. We are also building or doubling down on our commitment to indigenous communities, making sure that that every project we undertake benefits the community we serve and contributes to the shared prosperity. It's all about creating a future where sustainability is the default, not the exception, and we are determined to get there. In closing, let's remember this: sustainability is not an obstacle, it's the opportunity of our time. And at Inbridge, we are leading the charge, but we are not doing it alone. Together, we can create a world where energy is clean, reliable, and accessible to all, where the air is cleaner, the economy is stronger, and the future is brighter. The journey will be long, but it'll definitely be worth it. The world is watching, and we have the chance to make history. Let's make sure we do it right. Thank you so much for being here. See you. Cheers.